Hello, welcome, it's great to see you. Today I am back with Lollipop Box Club, and this month I asked the chat group if there was anything they wanted to see from me. So if you're not part of the group, the link's in the description, definitely come and join us. I had a lovely lady comment and ask me to make some frames. So I'm going to make the little magnet frames that she suggested. Now I'm going to use this old Amazon packaging, but you could definitely use the box that your kit comes in. That would probably be a lot stronger and sturdier, but I like to keep the boxes to send my mail out, so I'm going to use this old Amazon packaging. The other things you will need: some double-sided tape, some scissors, a ruler, a pencil, which I haven't grabbed, and then your photos. So I've got some cute little photos here. And then obviously your kit. How to make the frames comes directly from Sue's Fish, so make sure to go and check her out. She's got a fantastic tutorial for these little cardboard frames she makes, and that's what we're following today. So her frames are, I think, 3.5 by 3.5, but that's going to be too big for my photos. So I want my little inner bit to be probably 2.5. Then again, that one's not going to be big enough, is it? Okay, so she makes her frames working from the outside in, but I think because I'm making them to fit these photos, I'm going to have to do them the opposite way. So I won't go over this in great detail because, like I said, Suze has a fantastic tutorial for this. But basically, I'm just measuring how big I need the gap to be for my photo. Then I decide that I want it to have 1.5 centimeters thick border. So I'm just measuring that from each corner, drawing like the outside of the frame, and then cutting that out from this packaging. You could definitely use chipboard for this. You could use the box the kit comes in, anything, any sort of thick scrap materials that you've got laying around. Then cut out the center of the frame. She has a great way to do this, so I'm just following her tutorial, sort of snipping around and then going back and getting those little bits that are left over. Then you're going to want to go ahead and choose your paper from the kit that you want to wrap around your frame. This piece is slightly too small. I would leave much more of a border around your chipboard frame, but I had this scrap piece and I really wanted to use it up and it just about works. So you can see here how I'm doing that, chopping out this center bit so that there's just enough to wrap around the frame. Starting with the inside pieces, wrapping those back onto the chipboard. If that makes any sense, you probably see it better than I can explain it. And then just adding the outside bits like you would when you're wrapping any chipboard, making sure to crease those little corners, which I'm doing now, so that you get a nice crisp edge. This paper actually looks really good for this project because you get like a little bit of the leaves, sorry, not flowers, but not the complete pattern. So I think it looks really cool. I've added my photo into the gap and decided that it's a little bit flimsy. So I've got another piece of this packaging. I've just cut a square and I'm going to pop that on the back just to make sure it's completely stable. These are my two frames all ready to go, and now it's just time to decorate them. So I'm rifling through my kit, seeing what bits and pieces I've got. I've got some paper clips there that I know I want to use. I was tempted to back that frame onto that pocket, but I want to keep it for another project. Does anyone else do that? See something and think, oh no, I'll keep that for the perfect project. I want to use these script words. I don't end up using the autumn, but I do use the together, and I love these script words. They're some of my favourite things in the kit. Making some ruffles out of this sort of cotton ribbon, burlap ribbon, I'm not sure what material that is, but it looks really cool ruffled up and stitched. So I've added that onto both frames as a base for my embellishment. I'm sticking with that sort of grey colour from the Together script on the frame on the right. On the left I'm going for all of the oranges and autumnal colours because it just pulls perfectly from that photo. Looking for something to make this together stand out a bit more. I look at so many things, but in the end I think I settle on a sticker from the Mrs. Brimble's kit. So to make this fit a bit better, I chop in half and then sort of poke it out of each side of the sticker, so that it looks like one long piece, but obviously it's not anymore. I want to use this little cup and I'm looking for a buddy to go with it because obviously the sentiment is together, and I settle on this gorgeous s'mores sticker. This is probably my favourite icon in the whole kit. I absolutely love it, it's adorable. Using some foam tape to attach that onto the ribbon or ribbon ruffle. Slotting in my little cup and s'more pair. Then I want something to fill that little gap on the right hand side between the mug and the edge of the frame. So I use the October tiny word sticker. I pop this little grey heart onto the mug, and then I think later on I go back and add some gems to fill the rest of the gap. But I add a little paper clip and we move on to the second frame for now. This is when I decide that I don't want to use the autumn word and I go looking for something else. I end up with one of the Mrs. Brimble's stickers, a circle. I think it says Hello Autumn if I remember correctly. Yes, it does. I pop that on some more of the packaging so that I can stitch around the edge and it won't all disintegrate. So I grab that, stitch it, and now I'm looking for a phrase, and I settle on Wild and Free because I really like the colour that brings into my embellishment cluster. I stick the little Hello Autumn on some foam pads, and now I'm looking for all of the leaves to cluster behind it on sort of different layers. So I've got some in front of the ribbon, some behind, some on foam tape, some not. Just making all of the autumnal leaves sort of gather in that corner there. Okay, so as usual, I messed with my frames a ridiculous amount after I stopped filming, partly because my battery ran out while I was fussing with things, and because also we know I always mess with things after I think they're done. They never are, and they sit on my desk for a little while, I stare at them, and then I tend to come up with something else to add. I don't know why my brain works this way, but it does. So I'll show you them close up one by one. I don't think I showed the part where you would add the magnets, because I haven't actually added magnets to these yet. But it would be pretty simple, literally just hot glue and a magnet on the back of there. So this one is much more autumnal in my opinion, in that I've used all of the leaves and the oranges and all that sort of stuff. These little leaves I actually fussy cut from this paper. So that's an idea if you want to use some of those as like ephemera. And the rest of it, I think you saw, I literally just stacked all of these leaves down here and these phrases, got a little acorn on there. And then up here I added a paper clip, a couple of little hearts and some enamel dots. And I think that one turned out cute. So that's number one. Then this one, I think I messed with this one more off camera. So I was looking at it, it was finished and there was just something missing. And I worked out that it was glittery tulle. So you did see me make this one on camera, but I've gone ahead and added some layers of glittery tulle behind this together and stitched across the word. I also added a staple onto this cup that I really disliked. It went sort of wrong, so I've added a little cup to cover that and then loads of little gemmies all over the place. I also added this little bit of ribbon and tulle as like a little tab on the side. I really like how that looks, and it pulls this tulle like across the design so it matches a bit better. I like things to sort of match in each cluster, so I've also got another paper clip up here, a little heart and some sparkly bits, some more sparkly bits down here, and then a bunch like along there. And again, you could definitely add a magnet on the back of this one, or they would be great for scrapbooking projects, or just to display in your craft room if you made them match your decor or colours or whatever you have in your room. So those are my two mini magnet frames, or they will be magnet frames when I put the magnet on the back. I want to say thank you to the lovely Liz from the Lollipop Box Club group. She was the lady who suggested that I make these little frames, so thank you so much for your suggestion. And if you guys have any suggestions of things you'd like to see me make with the kits in the future, make sure to leave them in the comments and I will do my best. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!